Are you ready to downsize your footprint so that you can travel full time? Just like selling your home, which we talked about in the last video, getting rid of your personal belongings is a challenging part of becoming a full-time traveler. You are not just purging, you are getting rid of all of your stuff. Furniture, artwork, your favorite kitchen gadgets, your clothes, your shoes, and even some of your favorite handbags. Today, I'm going to discuss the emotional aspects of letting go, provide you with a plan for downsizing. Later, we will also talk about storage units again, so stick around for that. Let's be real, downsizing isn't just about clearing out the closets, it's an emotional roller coaster. There are memories, there are things that you kept just in case, and there are things that you held on to because they belong to your parents or another family member. And it's more than just things. They're attachments to a life that you're about to transform. So here's my first tip. Start early, and I mean early. As soon as you know that you intend to travel, give yourself time. This isn't a weekend project. This is a marathon in minimalism. Now let's talk about your downsizing battle plan. Step number one is the Great Purge. You need to clear out every single closet and every single drawer in your house. You have to be ruthless with this. Get rid of junk, donate things you know you don't want, and go back and put things in an organized fashion. Step number two is the friend shopping party. This is what I did to start getting rid of my clothes and my shoes and my handbags and things that were personal to me like that. And what I did is I took everything out of my closet and I hung everything on racks and I put it all in one room of my house and I invited my friends over and said, go shop. And the reason that I chose to do this is because I had so many things that I really loved and I didn't want those just to end up in a garage sale. And it was just a lot more fun for me to have my friends come over and let them take for free anything that they wanted. Step three is to sell, donate, and toss. First thing is you can sell in many different strategies. There are local marketplaces for quick porch pickups. There's eBay, there's OfferUp, and there's garage sales. And keep in mind that none of you will make a little bit of money, but that's not really the point. The point here is to get rid of your stuff and get rid of it fast. The first thing that I did is that I had a big garage sale. As soon as I knew we were going to put the house on the market, I scheduled a garage sale and I just tried to get rid of as much stuff right up front as I possibly could. And that worked really well. It took a lot of things right off the top. And then the next thing I did is start taking pictures of higher priced items, furniture, artwork, those kind of things, and putting them out on the local marketplace. A lot of the things that are heavier, you're not going to want to ship. And so these are things that it's better if you can get someone local to come and pick them up. Then, of course, I listed several things on OfferUp and on eBay. Some of these things I shipped to people, some of these people came to my home to pick them up. And then finally, I had an additional garage sale much closer to the end, right before we were scheduled to have our final closing on the house. And so I had two garage sales during this process. The next thing is you have to kind of be realistic about this. I know that you love your stuff and that it means so much to you, but here's the reality check. Nobody wants your used stuff, and they're not going to pay you as much for it as you think they should. These are things that mean something to you, but to everybody else, they're just looking for bargains. And when we're talking about donating, let's be real about this. Goodwill does not want your junk. Goodwill wants quality items because what they're going to do is they're going to take your things and they're going to resell them and then use that money for donations. So know the difference in your stuff between what is donatable and what is trash. Some things have just already served their purpose, they're at their end of life, and it's okay to throw them away. Now, Let's talk about storage units. I know we talked about this briefly in our session on selling your home, but I really want to drive this point home. You will get tired and decide that you are going to put some stuff in storage. We did this too. And what I want you to understand is that these units are frequently broken into. It happened to us twice, and we ended up losing many of the things that were most important to us. Those were the things that we put in storage. And then, the stuff that was left over, we could have just never had that to begin with. So make sure that you find a good location and be ruthless about finding a place with cameras. Make sure that you check that that place is filled with cameras. A lot of times what happens is your place gets broken into and then you find out there either weren't cameras or they weren't working. And so make sure that you are in a reputable location with cameras. Next thing is make sure that you have a good lock and don't go to a storage place that has their own locking system because those will get broken into as well. You will want to have insurance for what you are putting in there. And make sure that if you were leaving things like jewelry, that you leave those with a family member and that they keep them in their home. Do not leave anything like that in a storage unit because it will not be insured. Now, let's talk about letting go. Here's what no one tells you. You will get rid of things that you will need to replace later. You will go through your things and you will agonize over, do I need to keep this or do I not? Let me tell you, you will throw away things, you will give away things, you will sell things that you will need to replace later. And guess what? It's totally fine. You can do that. And you will keep things and wonder later, why did I keep this? Letting go is a process. So just be patient with yourself. Keep what you want to keep, get rid of what you want to get rid of, and know that it's just stuff and that you can change your mind later. You can buy again or you can get rid of it. So here is my final words of wisdom about downsizing. Be a very motivated seller. As I mentioned earlier, people really they're only looking for bargains. They don't love your stuff like you do. So if they want a bargain, give them a bargain. Speed is much more important than profit here. Yes, you are going to make some money along the way, but it's not going to be enough to matter long term. Your future adventures are worth more than any material possession that you have. Remember, what you are doing here is that you are trading your stuff for stories. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about downsizing. I'm here to help you and I'm happy to help. Don't miss the next video where we talk about how long you can stay in each country with a travel visa.